Hello and welcome to Party Tricks, the first video in a series all about showing off with your ukulele, because let's be honest, who doesn't love showing off just a little bit? These tricks will catch your audiences and friends off guard and make them think, how did they do that? They're a little bit weird, a little bit wacky, but they're good fun and anybody can do these. So let's dive into the first three techniques, the first of which is called the behind the nut wobble. So, what is the nut that we are going behind? Well, the nut is this little white stripe on your ukulele. Some are black or different colours, but it's essentially where the fretboard ends and the headstock begins. It's where the strings sort of stop, come to an end, before they then make their way up to the tuning peg. This little sort of bone-like bit here. Now, normally these strings don't sort of make any sound or anything, but we can actually use them to create some rather strange noises, and the first of which is a little wobble. What you want to do is you want to hold the ukulele like normal, and instead of going to finger a chord, sort of have your hand around here so that they can touch the strings behind the nut. And as you pluck a string, for example the C string, you sort of go to fret the C string. And hear how the pitch changes? Yeah, it sort of goes up a little bit, doesn't it? So you're squeezing the string behind the nut, and then you can release it as well, and you sort of get a da da, and the faster you do it, the cooler it sounds. Good fun. You can use that maybe at the end of a song, so if you're singing a song, I don't know, it goes C, G7, C, and do it on the C string. You would do it on the string of the last chord, so another example, in the key of A, do it on the A string. Now this is actually an extension of the behind the nut wobble, because how do we do it in the key of a song where we don't have a corresponding open string? So let's say we were in the key of F, really common key. We can't do a wobble because we haven't got an F string. Well, what you can do is actually, if you re-finger your F so that you're using your middle two fingers, so your middle finger and your ring finger, to keep your first finger free. Well, the F note sits on the E string there, so this one here. So you can wobble with that finger still down there, use that finger to do a little wobble. So you can do a fretted wobble like that. Same works for the key of D, for example. If you do a D chord, then you would finger on the second fret of the C string and have a spare finger to do a wobble there. What about B flat? You have to do a normal B flat, and you can either use the note on the A string or on the G string, whichever you find easiest. If you're enjoying this video, then I think you might enjoy this, which is my brand new book, Go Faster, which is all about coming up with fancy strumming patterns and learning some cool party tricks as well that will impress your friends. In the book we go over 21 different strumming techniques, some aimed at right for beginners who want to learn how to strum. If you maybe can strum but want to improve or sound a little better, then look at some of the intermediate lessons, or if you're even an advanced player looking for a bit of a challenge, then there's some cool stuff in here as well, all to do with sort of Hawaiian rhythms, flamenco rhythms, split stroke, all that kind of stuff. It's all in here. Every single lesson is broken down with illustrations and photographs, as well as a clear description of what you have to do. There are video demos too to demonstrate exactly how everything should look and sound, and there are 7 original pieces of music in here too that utilise all of the techniques that we learn to help you consolidate everything that's in here. These books really are flying off the shelves. I've already sold out of one batch, and the second batch is already halfway through as well. Don't worry though, there are still plenty of physical copies, or of course you can buy the ebook as well. This is available on my website, www.matthewquilliam.co.uk, or through my YouTube channel. Just click on the tagged products section below this video. So what are you waiting for? Earn your ukulele Go Faster stripes now with Go Faster. Okay, we're going to stay behind the nut still for one more trick, and this time it's a little bit of a different sound that we're going for. What you can do is you can strum this section of the strings. So again, still behind the nut, take your normal strumming action and just strum behind the nut. And what that does is it creates a kind of chimey sound. So I like to use it sometimes in the song Singing in the Rain. I think it kind of gives that little bit of an atmospheric introduction before we go into it. I'm singing in the rain. Kind of like chimes moving in the wind. The Ukulele Orchestra of Great Britain have a great video of them doing Sleigh Ride, that popular Christmas song. There's a video of them stood on a mountain somewhere. I'll put a link in the description. And they all start by sort of imitating bells by doing this behind the nut strum. It works best if you use your nail on your first finger, or if you want to use your thumb, try and use the nail and kind of angle it so you catch the nail there. If you use the flesh, it's just a little bit quieter because the strings are so tense, so the nail has a little bit more of a punch to it, which is what we need. Okay, so there we are, 3 party tricks that all coincidentally happen to be behind the nut. I'm going to release a few more videos like this, so make sure you're subscribed, and why don't you click here now to see another video just like this one.